Javis and Peller. These two duo, I don't know if I'm going. I mean, they're a couple, obviously, right? They're a couple. I'm not gonna shit on them, right? They're a couple, and they've been making the rounds. Javis has Peller has proposed recently to Javis, and Javis came out and said that was a promise ring. It wasn't a proposal. It was a promise ring, and I think that got Peller mad a little bit because it came back on the internet and was cursing. I was saying, "Oh man, who told you that's proposal or what's it called? A promise ring, right? That was a proposal. I'm trying to get married to you, and you're talking about on promise. I don't do promise and all that good stuff, right? But in my opinion, anyway, the body language of Javis around Peller, even when he was proposing, the body language was just a little bit off, for me anyway. But you guys can tell me what you feel or how you feel. I don't have that video of the proposal here, by the way. Otherwise, I would show it, and I guess you be the judge and tell me what you think. But I just think the body language of Javis has been a little bit off, a little bit, just not just that time, but a few other times I've seen them on the internet. Her body language has been off around him, especially when he was proposing. She wasn't necessarily excited. Most people who are in love with their partners and stuff like that, when they get proposed to, right? They always get excited and jump and scream and cry and all that good stuff. All the emotions, right? But in Javis's case, she didn't necessarily feel that way. In my opinion, I didn't see that excitement. But hey, that's not what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is people like me, I guess, saying shit about them. I came across this video on Tunde Ednon's page. I haven't watched the video yet. I'm like, I need to talk about this. But right now, I don't have an opinion yet. So I'm going to just go ahead and play this video. And when I watch the video and you guys watch the video as well, we can all, or I can now form my opinion about the video. It's pretty much a pastor talking. I guess he's talking shit, right, about them, just like I'm talking shit too, right? But hey, let's see what the pastor here has here to say about this power couple, right? The power TikTok power couple, right? Hey man, let's see. I should have set this up before I started here, but hey, there we go. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna start this from the beginning. Okay, let's see.
Nigerian girl, TikToker, who has been doing robot, Javis, Peller's wife to be or wife or whatever. This girl is doing well. Oh. Came on TikTok, started making money, built house for mother, bought car, and they are looking at her. They say, "Hey, we have been acting for many years. We have not bought plot. You, this small girl." They just slapped her in the spirit small. That one is a warning shot. That lady should be careful. Now we can't even prophesy, because when you prophesy, they will say you said it so that it will come. One of my prophet friends prophesied about a lady's mother's death. Musician's mother's death. She saw the thing and said it and asked for prayer. Whoa, right now as we are here, we are praying, we are in that heat, and then God speaks to me and tells me that so and so it's about. Not that I will close service and go and pick for them, be calling. Sometimes in the heat of the moment, you need to lift it up so that the congregation will pray. And this prophet just said it on his TikTok. And the musician's mother, I don't want to mention anybody's name. And then the prophet is receiving threats everywhere. People are insulting the prophet. What has he done? He just saw something that is about to happen, and he said it. People don't even understand what prophetic is. That lady should be careful, because the next thing they are planning for that lady is scary. The Nigerian lady, they slap her small in the spirit. Palm, she got a what? Is there a cancer in the jaw? The jaw grew and became like this. Beautiful young lady. The jaw became like this. By the grace of God, they got money to do surgery for her. That lady, if I was there, I would start hiding for now. Or put myself under a certain covering. If she's in a church, she should find a church that is very strong in the healing ministry. So that because the only thing they will use to get that girl is sickness. And that thing they have gone to do surgery for, it's not surgery. That thing is there. It's gone. It's a spiritual thing. You don't need to be a prophet to know that the thing is spiritual. You know how to be a prophet. The way people just you will never have such a story. I said you will never have such a story.
Hey man, this guy is on hating timing, man. He's just this is a perfect picture of a hater. If you're looking for a hater, right? This is what a hater would look like. It's just ridiculous, man. This young girl, Javis. Hey man, shout out to Javis, man, doing her thing for sure. I mean, I didn't even know how when she started doing the whole robot arm thing, making robotic gestures and stuff like that, right? But apparently it worked out for her. It was a niche she found out and decided to pick up that niche, and she did it and it worked out for her. I believe she has made a ton of money off of that. Shout out to her, man. Young people, especially the Gen Z people, right? Finding, creative ways to make money online, especially, on TikTok, for the most part, doing creative things, making money, selling products, advertising products, being brand ambassadors. Shout out to these people, man. You can't put these people down. I mean, you being look at this old, I mean, he's not that old, right? He's still a young guy, but definitely older than Javis, right? Instead of you to throw encouragement to this young lady who's out here in the midst of adversity, because Nigeria, the Nigerian economy, the Nigerian space is just there's just a lot of adversity there, right? Especially for young people who want to thrive, young people who just want to succeed, young people who just want to make honest living for themselves, right? And she somehow found a niche and was doing these robot gestures on TikTok, and she built a huge following on TikTok, and definitely monetized it and made some good money off of that. And unfortunately, just because she's human, right? Just because she's human, she got sick with whatever it is that came on her jaw or her face, some swelling on her face, right? Like, I'm gonna share this picture, this video once again, right? You see on this side of her jaw, right? It's a little bit swollen. I don't know what it is. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dentist, I'm not a medical person, so I don't know what that is, but definitely it's some medical issue, right? And she's suffering from this, and she's been brave enough not to go into hiding, because some people would have these kind of issues, after being popular or whatever, right? And they have some issues that are obvious, especially on their face. They wouldn't want to come out. They wouldn't want people to see it and judge them, because people would judge them, right? But this young lady, brave as she is, she comes out, still doing her thing, still being in the public eyes, making money still, because that's very important, right? Making money still, taking care of herself, and I hope her family as well. And I think absolutely her family has to be proud of her, right? And this man sits here in a church, calling himself a prophet, talking shit about her, putting her down, saying it's a spiritual slap. Can you believe that shit, right? Can you believe that shit, right? This is just ridiculous. I think it is, man. I think it is. A young lady who's made a living for herself out of nothing, from adversity, in spite of the Nigerian government not caring about the young people, right? She created something for herself, made money, a lot of money for herself and her family. And this man sits there calling himself what? Prophet what? Some Ghana prophet, right? Yeah, he's definitely from Ghana. Says Ashale Botwe, prophetic healing service. Sits there or stands there, whatever it is, and talking shit about Javis's medical issues. That's ridiculous. People and empathy, man. Empathy. I mean, this young girl, she could be in hiding at this point, right? be ashamed, not wanting people to see what she's going through. But in spite of that, she's still out here hustling legitimately, honestly, morally, doing what she has to do to make money on TikTok. Do you know how many content creators are on TikTok that have not succeeded? But she somehow broke the odds and she's out here hustling, making money. And this man opens his mouth and wants to talk shit about her, saying she was slapped in the spirit realm. Like, what the fuck is a spiritual slap? This is all the bullshit that these people keep selling to people and people keep buying. And in my opinion, he's just looking for some money, for money to come to him. If she somehow goes to his church and gives him some money, he's going to turn around and start saying good things about her, right? It's ridiculous. You should learn to talk good about people. I mean, hey, I was earlier just talking shit about she and Javis, right? But I would never come on here and talk about someone's medical issues. That's so below the belt, man. That's so beneath me. I would never do that. I was saying some things that I noticed about their relationship. I mean, you can also call me a hater on that one, and I'm going to accept too. I'm a hater on that in that aspect as well, right? I can take that, right? But hey, to talk about someone's medical issue and put them down because of their medical issues, I think that's just way, 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 way below the belt, man. Man, you need to do better, that's for sure. I'm just going to read some comments here before I go to the next story that I have here. I'm going to bring this back on screen and see what people have to say about him. Ghanaian pastors are not pro-co. Absolutely. 5 and 6. And this one says, I've had some discernment about Javis. The day I saw her picture, this motherfucker, right? The day I saw her picture, my spirit felt some type of way and my spirit told me it's a spiritual thing. You're a motherfucker. That's what you are. I don't know why this is a topic in church for real. Absolutely. Honestly, I don't know either. I don't know why it's a topic in church. Is everyone just trying to trend these days at all costs? I be waiting to happen. Man of God. Absolutely. Why are you talking about Javis in church? Don't you have other things to talk about? Why are you talking about Javis in church? Put her name out of your mouth, right? Put her fucking name out of your mouth, man. Put her name out of your mouth. That's what you should do. Keep her name out of your mouth. Pastor, Ashale, both way. Keep her name out of your mouth. See your 2 left eyes. He probably does have 2 left eyes after all, right? Oh my God. This is how we know an empty vessel. Absolutely. She's covered in okay, let's keep that one. If you like insult, man, fuck out of here. Not gonna read that. So now Javis be the topic for church. Wonderful, absolutely. People are just ridiculous, and that's what it is. With that one, I'm just gonna go to the next story because this is just getting irritating a little bit, and I'm gonna go to the next story that I have here. And the next story I have here is about Olamide and Asake. Shout out to Asake, shout out to Olamide for sure. I love those two guys. I love Asake's music. Asake is one of the people who just blew up in the past. One of the new, Nigerian artists who just blew up in the past, say 2 years, 3 years, 2 years maybe. He's not been that long in the music business, at least in the mainstream music business. It's been maybe 2 years or 3 years at the most. That's when, he came into the mainstream. And obviously, it was all thanks to Olamide for sure. I'm going to read this tweet here that was out in 2022 that he put out. Asake put out in 2022 where he was saying some good things about Olamide. He says here, one call from Olamide and everything changed. It's what it is. Absolutely. One call, everything changed. And that's just the force that Olamide is in the Nigerian music business. He's just a force to reckon with, that's for sure. Same thing he did for Bella Shmurda, same thing he's done for what's his name? I think Adekunle Gold. I think Adekunle Gold was under him as well. Same thing he did for what's his name? This guy, Yagi Level. What's his name? can't remember his name right now, but Yagi level. I mean, if anybody remembers, please let me know his name. Can't remember Yagi. I think his record label name was Yagi at the time. But he's done this for a lot of people. Just jumping on their music, like in the case of Bella Shmurda, when he made the music 2020. Vision 2020, and then Olamide jumped on the remix, and it was just all over, right? It was just the beginning for him to just get into the mainstream Nigerian music business, right? Until today, Bella Shmurda is still a force to reckon with. I think Bella Shmurda didn't sign a deal with him. He was still independent. I think he's still independent. I might be wrong, but hey, if he's signed to a record label, please let me know in the comment section, please. But he's done this for a few other people, and the latest one, at least we know of, is Asake. And unfortunately, right now, both of them are having some issues, I think, apparently, and it's creating some noise in the media space, and people are reporting about it. There's another one I'm going to read here. And this one is another news or story from Yaba Left Online. It says Olamide and Asake reportedly part ways. And then I think this would be let me see. This would be a report or whatever, press release. Olamide has peacefully allowed Asake to terminate his contract and part ways with his record label, YBNL Music. Asake has been giving the masters to all his songs recorded under the label, but they will maintain a royalty split on the songs for as long as the contract was intended to run, which is a minimum of 10 years. Olamide has reportedly said this: "I didn't create YBNL because I wanted to make money. I created it because I wanted to see other young people grow. So if any artist under me wants to leave, they are free." Asake has done his part, and I'm proud of him. Asake has now removed anything concerning YBNL from his social media handles and unfollowed everyone, including Olamide. This contract reportedly terminated a few months ago after the release of his Lungu Boy album. Video Wheels TV gathered that following the expiration of Asake's contract with YBNL, Olamide presented a new contract to the music star to sign, which he declined. However, Olamide made strenuous efforts to persuade Asake to sign the deal, but to no avail. Asake recently walked out on the negotiations, opting to become independent. The final straw happened 2 weeks ago when Asake walked out completely out of the deal, opting to be his own boss. Asake joined YBNL in 2022 and became famed with his hit song Sumba, achieving groundbreaking milestones, including the impressive feat of selling out the O2 Arena twice. Shout out to Olamide, man. Shout out to Asake. I mean, it's what it is, right? I can't sit here and fault a man for wanting to do his own thing, right? If they had a contract for 2 years, and within that 2 years, I think he's made like 3 albums. I might be wrong again, but hey, someone let me know. I think he's made like 3 albums within the span of 2 years. That's impressive to say the least. So shout out to you, man. There are big, very big artists who haven't made three albums in their whole career, right? They haven't made 3 albums. So to make 3 albums in 2 years, that's a very impressive feat. I can't even hate on that. And definitely, I mean, obviously, the music executives, like in this case, Olamide, he said something in the release there, according to Yaba Left Online, right? That he didn't create the record label to make money off of artists, but instead he wants to help them. I don't know. I'm not going to say that's a lie, but I think, there's some fault if that's actually his business model, not to make profit. I think you're doing something wrong. You need to rethink your business model and get it right, because everybody that goes into business, for the most part, they want to make some type of profit, but if your business model is just to help, I mean, you might as well call it an NGO, right? Because NGOs, as we know them, right, they're non-profit. They're non-profit. They really just want to help. But if your running a record label, which is an actual business and not a non-profit business, I think you're doing it wrong. I think you need to hire people, like business executives who teach you exactly what you need to do. Say someone like Don Jazzy, right? Don Jazzy transformed two big record labels. The first one was the main what's it called? Now I can't remember anything. I don't know what's going on. But he currently owns the Mavins, and the first one he had was Mohit's record. He transformed that Mohit record with the likes of the band, Wande Cole, the Prince. There were a few, there were a lot of artists under that Mohit records, right? And I don't know if Tiwa wasn't under Mohit, but she definitely is under Mavins right now. And you see what Don Jazzy is doing with Mavins currently, making stars, making money, obviously, a ton of money. Don Jazzy is giving out, like during this festive period, he's been giving out money like no man's business. He's been giving out hundreds and thousands and hundreds of millions of naira, thousands and thousands of naira, hundreds of thousands of naira. Like recently he also gave, I think it was 100 million naira to VDM, which I'm also going to talk about in a minute, by the way. So that means he's making money. And that's what everybody goes into business for. So if Olamide sits here and says he's not in business to make money, I think there's a problem there, and he needs to rethink his decision. Maybe step aside, put some actual business executive in the forefront to manage that business, and make some profit off of that. Because I think, my personal opinion anyway, I think you're doing something wrong. But what's his name again? Asake opting not to sign a new deal with YBNL. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that again, right? If you were doing something right, maybe you would have tied him down to a longer contract, not just 2 years, because 2022 to 2024, that's just 2 years, right? Maybe you should have tied him down to a longer contract. So if the man has fulfilled his contract deals, his contract obligations, if he has fulfilled them, like making doing 3 albums, whatever else was on that contract, if he's fulfilled them and he opts not to sign a new contract with you, that's understandable, man. You can't hate on that for sure. And I don't think Olamide is hating on him at all. Shout out to Olamide. I don't think he's hating on that. I mean, it's what it is. If someone doesn't want to sign a new contract, you move on with your life. And I wish you the best. I hope you keep excelling. And I can't even hate on Asake here, because the music career is a very short career. It doesn't span a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't span a lifetime. It spans maybe 10 years, right? For an average music person, a musician, right? It spans maybe 10 years, 15 years, maybe, if he even gets to that, right? It's just the very exceptional ones that is going to span a very, very long time, like the Michael Jacksons, like the Beyoncés. I've been hearing about the Beyoncés since I was very young. That Michael Jackson's, I've been hearing about him since I was a child, literally. And even though he's dead right now, we still hear about that man, right? So those kind of careers, they're exceptional, So, and not everybody's going to be exceptional. So the average musician is not going to span that long. The average musician is going to span 10 years, 15 years tops, and then you're just going to be going on tours, small tours, not very big tours, So it's just what it is. He's trying to make the most out of his career, be his own boss, own his publishing, own his masters, own all the rights to his music, to his art, and do what he wants to do with it. And, hopefully save that for his family too, the whatever royalties that comes out of it, right? Save that for his family as well. I can't hate on him for that, man. Shout out to him for making that boss decision. And obviously, Olamide is not hating on him. I don't think he is. I don't think Olamide is hating on that. So shout out to both guys. And as far as Asake, I hope you keep making good music, because Nigerians are looking forward to next year, maybe when you're on your own record label, how you're gonna make good music and spice up our lives, like our lives, I guess. Give us those party jams that you're known for. But hey, man, shout out to both guys. And with that, I'm going to go to the next story here I have, which is the VDM that I just mentioned earlier. And the next story here is about VDM, who claims that his NGO money has been stolen. All right. VDM claims his NGO money has been stolen. This is a very weird one here, right? VDM is one, for anybody who doesn't know who VDM is, very dark man. He is kind of the, I don't know if I'm gonna call him the Robin Hood, but some guy who in my opinion wants to be a messiah, right? He's now standing for the voiceless. He's the voice of the voiceless, doing a lot of good things. I'm gonna give that to him, calling out the powers that be, and defending the voiceless, in terms of maybe if you're being oppressed by a more powerful person, and then people run to him, to his social media, and then he calls out these powerful people. And when he does that, because he has a huge following, and apparently actually in the year of 2024, he was the 17th most talked about person in Africa, not Nigeria right now. He was the 17th most talked about person in Africa. So that says a lot on Twitter, actually. On Twitter, so that says a lot, that he has a huge following, and that's a big deal for sure. And with that, he's been using that following for the greater good, I guess. When people feel like they're being oppressed by some powerful people, they run to him, and he uses that following, and he uses his influence on the internet to call out those people. And for the most part, there are always positive results. We've seen this in many cases, but for me, I have my reservations about him, but that's not what I'm going to talk about today. Today, we're going to talk about the NGO money that he claims was stolen. There's a video I'm going to play here real quick, and then I'm going to give my own opinion about it. And here's that video.
So I'm at the airport. I'll be honest with you guys. For the past few days, I've not been myself. I am here with Officer Joe, and we are going to Jos. The NGO money, somebody hacked into the NGO website, and I don't know how they did it. And 180 million naira is missing. So, but thank God, we have tracked the person, and we are on our way to Jos. And then they've arrested one, so that's why I'm even saying it now. I am excited. And an account has been put on PNB. So the account now has 20 million. 160 million has been diverted to another account. So we are currently going there to see how I'll get the money back. You understand? So I just want to update you people. I even had to shut down the app and put it on maintenance so that people will not really see what's going on. But let me just come out plain and tell everybody that this is what is going on. But hopefully get the money back. So on my way to Jos, I could not even get a regular ticket because flights don't full. I have to go with the business class. Anyways, so I'll give you guys updates soon. Shout out to all the ratted guys out there. Shout out to you all. Thank you all for believing in me. And officer,
God bless the Ratted.
shout out to you.
Ratted.
Yeah,
I'm going to bring the positive results.
Yeah,
The positive results.
thank you, bro. All right.
All right. There's a lot to unpack here, that's for sure. And over the week, I think there's been rumors that it was a prank. I hope it's a prank. I haven't actually seen him come out himself. Maybe there is a video out there somewhere that he's come out again to claim that to say that it's a prank, right? But I hope it's a prank, and I think most people would be hoping the same thing, that it's a prank. And there's a lot of reactions towards this, and one of them is Solomon Bucci here, who says, imagine how a very dark man would react if someone else claimed that the NGO's account was hacked and 180 million stolen. Definitely, again, knowing the kind of person he is, this is the type of topics, or these are the kind of things he would like to be involved with or be involved in. So, it's definitely very interesting. And again, like I said, there's just a ton to unpack here. First off, let me say this. I hope it's a prank, but I'm just going with the video that I saw that we just watched together, and talking about the account was hacked and money was taken out of the account. First off, right? You put money into a bank account, not an app, right? I mean, even if it's an app, it's going to some bank account. The money doesn't sit in the app. At least that's my understanding of payment systems on the internet. Maybe I'm wrong again, right? But hey, if I'm wrong, please let me know. Maybe I don't know what I'm saying, but hey, if I'm wrong, please someone let me know in the comment section, right? How this thing works. Again, like I said, you send money through an app or a website. It doesn't sit in the website. It goes to a bank account. Money doesn't sit on websites, right? You can't make this up. And then you come out and say, oh, the app was hacked and then the money was taken. How does that happen? How does that happen, Very Dark Man? It's very unfortunate. And if this was even a prank, it even makes it even more ridiculous. Like someone whose whole advocacy is about transparency and this and that and that. You can't be playing such games. You have to be more serious. You have to be more professional. Some professionalism has to come into your thing, right? You have to be more professional. Instead of sitting there and trying to play pranks and looking for more attention and all that, that shouldn't be your thing, right? Your thing should be trying to do the greater good. They donated that money to you to go to the less privileged people and go help assist them with basic things that they are lacking, right? And instead, you have the time to be making videos to talk about your bank being hacked or your app being hacked and 180 million naira taken out of the bank. I think that's just very ridiculous. I think, and rightly said by Solomon Buchi. Shout out to Solomon Buchi. He rightly said it. Imagine if this was another person saying the same thing. How Very Dark Man would react. He wouldn't react in a positive way, that's for sure. He would call the person all sorts of names and then start acting like an FBI. Oh, my hacker said it's not possible. My hacker said you can't do that. Oh, I brought my hacker in and my hacker said that's not possible. These are the kind of things you would hear him say. It's unfortunate, but hey, I hope it's a prank. And if it's a prank, it's still unfortunate, but less unfortunate. You see what I'm saying? But then if it's real, that you said this and you think people are just going to fly with it, this makes your credibility factor reduce. People are not going to take you very seriously again. People are going to see you like, oh, you're just the average Nigerian. You're just out to scam. You're given the slightest opportunity, you just want to scam. And that's very unfortunate. But hey, I hope that's not the case. I hope you're just playing. And even if you're playing, it's still very unfortunate, but less unfortunate if it was the case. And with that, I'm going to move to the next story that I have here for today. African wealth versus American wealth. This is a story that I found on a different platform. Follow them on Instagram. I think it's also Get the Gist podcast. So shout out to them and check them out as well. But I'm just going to play this short clip from their Instagram handle and then give my thoughts on that. And then we go from there. That's how we do it, right?
African money is bigger than African American money. Burna Boy is making, she's African American musician, right? Burna Boy's money is money that she hasn't touched yet.
Yeah, it's longer than home money, but like, come on.
No, I think like
100%. I think
Wizkid, Burna Boy, and Davido are on money that a lot of these African American rappers have not
I
touched
agree.
and probably will never touch. If
I
you look at
agree,
it, right,
Rosie.
Jay-Z is not a billionaire from music. He's a
And these
billionaire from
athletes-
all of his investments.
These athletes, yeah, well, these athletes are.
But are they looking at Chloe?
absurdly-
I genuinely do think African wealth is different from African American wealth in the sense that a lot of these African musician artists, we're going to tap into Chris Brown a little bit there, they have their concerts back home. A lot of African Americans are not stepping foot in Africa, and there's a lot of money to be made.
Let me ask you this.
Chris Brown just sold out a stadium in South Africa of 90,000 people 2 days running.
Right.
That's bigger than the O2 London
Name me an African artist that's making $500,000 a week in wages.
in wages.
Yes, because that's what athletes are making. Bro.
All right. Shout out to Get the Gist podcast for sure. And with that, I'm gonna give my opinion here, right? I like the way she just shut up when dude asked her that question. Name me an African artist that's making $500,000 a week in wages. You know, that's a ton of money for sure, and you can't argue that. But hey, she just kept talking. I hope those were just. I hope that's not the actual representation of the podcast. I hope she wasn't just talking and not letting everybody talk, and she was talking this talk without any educated opinion. In my opinion, she didn't have any education about what she was saying. She didn't have any facts to back what she was saying. She was just making emotional opinions, which most times are not very valid, right? You might honestly think so, but that's not the case. There are very local artists in America, Black Americans that you've never heard of that are making bank, like a big bank. For instance, Boosie Badass. Shout out to Boosie, man. Boosie Badass, man. I mean, I don't even listen to his music, but he's well known in the South. Just a region, just a part of America, right? In the South, you know, like what's it called? He's from Louisiana, right? He's well known in that area, and he's making big banks. Boosie has an estate where, you know, he's building lakes. He's creating lakes. He has houses all over the place. His mansion currently is being used by different filmmakers to make movies and stuff like that. This is Boosie, and Boosie is by no means an international artist. He's pretty much a local artist in the southern part of America, like, you know, the Louisiana, the Atlanta, you know, all that area, right? He's well known and making big banks, and I guess she doesn't even know who that person is. And then you call the Davidos, the Wizkids, the Burna Boys, because you see them buying cars, doesn't necessarily mean that they are the richest people or richest artists on earth, right? There's a Nigerian producer, Kido or Kido, I don't know, Kidominat, I think. He produced a song recently for Chris Brown. Just one song he produced for Chris Brown. And he's now balling really hard. Just off of one song he produced for Chris Brown. And Chris Brown, again, is a Black American artist, right? But Kidominat, a Nigerian producer, produced one song for Chris Brown. And he's balling, buying houses, buying cars, and all that fun stuff, right? Just off one song he produced for Chris Brown, right? You can't make this shit up, man. You have to have your facts right. You can't just be emotional and cut everybody short when they want to say stuff because you think your emotions hold a lot of weight when it comes to facts. No, it doesn't work that way. You need to have your facts right. Yeah, Wizkid, Burna Boy, what's his name, Davido, they make a lot of money, that's for sure. And, you know, in my opinion, you shouldn't even put Davido in that list. Davido is making money, absolutely, but that dude comes from wealth. That dude, to a very large extent, that dude is royalty. So his money, you shouldn't even put his money in that list. Davido is just on his own level when it comes to, you know, wealth. Just leave Davido alone, right? You talk about the Burna Boys and the Wizkids. I don't know, man. Beyonce is a Black American artist. You want to tell me Davido and Wizkid, in terms of wealth, are wealthier than Beyonce, even combined? even combined, I don't think they even match up with Beyonce. Beyonce featured Wizkid on one of her songs, and Wizkid got a nomination for the Grammys. If it wasn't for PDD, if it wasn't for Diddy, Burna Boy wouldn't be nominated for the Grammys. So what are we talking about here? So one way or the other, the people you're still talking about, right? They still have some links with the Black American artists, and if it wasn't for the Black American artists, they wouldn't even be the people that you know about today. If it wasn't for Drake on the One Dance song, we probably wouldn't be hearing about the Afrobeat on an international stage today. And Drake, by the way, is not Black American; he's Canadian. You know, but if it wasn't for that song, the One Dance, we probably wouldn't even be hearing about Afrobeats today, right? So what are we talking about here? Let's stop fooling ourselves, man. It's not even a topic to even discuss, in my opinion, because it just creates a lot of division and stuff like that. But if you have to talk about it, at least have your facts right. If you have to talk about it, at least have your facts right. That's just what I'm gonna say. And with that, I'm gonna move to the next topic here, which is our very own Osimhen and Boniface. They were partying. I guess this was how I could just contextualize it, right? I saw them on a post on, I think it was, let me see. I'm gonna go find that real quick. But here's my thing, right? I'm gonna show the post here, and then I'll give my thoughts with. All right. I saw this video and a lot of things just came to mind, right? I'm like, my brothers, man. You guys can do better. You know what I'm saying, right? Hey, I'm not saying they're not doing really good where they are right now, but I'm saying they can do better. They're doing good, that's for sure. But hey, my brothers, you guys can do better. And I'm gonna be the one who sounds like a hater, right? But hey, remove the hate out of it and just listen to what I'm saying. And maybe you're going to pick one or two things if you ever see this video, right? Instead of coming back home to come show off maybe your diamond chains or your partying lifestyle or your lavish lifestyle. I've also seen a video of where Osimhen was purchasing a car, a very nice car, very beautiful car, by the way. So shout out to him for doing that as well. But hey, I've seen that video. I've seen him also giving out gifts to the less privileged. I've seen him celebrating his birthday as well. Man, shout out to you, man. All those are live events that you want to create memories for. But hey, here's my thing. Here is my thing, right? Osimhen currently plays for the Turkish league. Galatasaray. That's where he plays right now. The Turkish league is not in the top 4 of the football leagues in the world. So he's currently downgraded. He's currently in a downgrade situation, right? He might be earning a ton of money. Like obviously he will be earning a ton of money in that club, right? Because they have it to give. But my thing is, these guys are 24, 25, almost at the peak of their careers, right? They've not hit the peak in their career. Boniface, on the other hand, he plays for Leverkusen, right? Bayer Leverkusen. I think they won the league the other last season or so, and all thanks to him, by the way. But Leverkusen, again, even though the club itself is in the top 4 leagues in the world, in the Bundesliga, but Leverkusen is not that club. Leverkusen is not that club. Leverkusen is not Bayern Munich. So these guys, in my opinion, they can do better. I'm going to bring it down to the greats, like Messi, whom I love a lot, right? And then Ronaldo, whom I'm not a fan, but I have a lot of respect for that guy, right? At 24 and 25, these guys were in their peak, playing at the top clubs in the world, in the top league in the world, right? And everybody wanted to see them. Nigerians don't tune in to watch Bayer Leverkusen. Nigerians don't tune in to watch Bayer Leverkusen. Nigerians don't tune in to watch Galatasaray. Nigerians tune in to watch the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal, the Premier League in general. That's what Nigerians, the most of Nigerians, tune in to watch. And you guys are not there yet. And you're already hitting your peak at 24, 25 years, right? Because again, the football career is very short. It's another very short career, right? In your 30s, people don't even want to touch you anymore, right? Unless you are actually up there, like the likes of Lewandowski right now, because he's still up there. And again, those people who are up there, they are very disciplined. You don't see them partying around, hanging around people. No, if you see them hang around, it's with their family. You don't see them hanging around random people just partying and all that good stuff. That's not a priority for them at this point, because they're going to have a lifetime to do that, right? So at this point in these brothers' lives, my honest opinion, I think they shouldn't be doing this. I think they should be back at their club, practicing, training, and watching all this stuff on the internet, and then go back to train. Especially for the likes of Osimhen, who is in a crazy contract situation right now, where I don't know if he even knows where he's going to be for the next season, because Napoli, where he was, didn't want him anymore, and they just wanted to ruin his career, right? He should be doing the most. Now I can't think of the word, right? But he should be doing the most right now to show other clubs or prospective clubs that he is the man, and they should come for him regardless of whatever price that Napoli puts on his head. That they should come for him. That's what he should be doing now. He should be doing the most, being in the gym, working out, showing those videos of him in the gym, showing those videos of him in the training ground, in the snow, running. Those are the videos he should be showing. Because it's all about image. The business you're in, even though it's a football, it's also a show. You need to those are the things you need to be showing right now to your prospective buyers, and showing them, hey, I'm a very disciplined guy. I'm a very hardworking guy. Regardless of the price tag that's on my head, it's gonna be worth it. And also look at the goals that I'm scoring. And look at me, I'm out here working. It's Christmas. I should be home with my family partying, right? But I'm out here working. That's what I bring to the table. That's what these brothers should be doing, in my opinion. Because I've seen it before. The likes of Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo. Shout out to Cristiano Ronaldo, man. And that's why he's always going to be a global figure. And always going to be an inspiration to a lot of young players. You don't see that from people who want to be the best. You don't see the partying. You don't see the, I bought this, I bought that. No, it's not necessary. Nobody cares. We know you earn a lot of money. You don't need to show me. I know you earn a lot of money. Your money is public information. I can literally type right now how much does Victor Boniface earn. Boom, I see how much you earn. I know you're rich, man. You don't need to show me. I know you're rich. I know you have it. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to show me, man. You don't need to show me. I don't need to see it. But hey, man, I'm just gonna say what I can, and most people are gonna say, "Oh, you're just a fucking hater," right? Hey, I agree. I'm gonna take that. I can take that for the team for sure, and accept that I'm a hater on this one. But hey, if it's about my brothers, I'm gonna say it again and again and again. Stay out of the clubs, man. You should be in the training ground training. You should be training. I saw pictures of. Hold on, I'm gonna show you this, right? I'm just gonna show you this, so it's not gonna be like I'm tripping. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go to the Instagram page of, let's say, Lamine Yamal, right? Lamine Yamal. Let's see what Lamine Yamal is up to. Let's see what Lamine Yamal is up to. Let's see what he's up to, right? Lamine Yamal. He has to be on Instagram, right? All right, there we go. Let's see what he's up to. I'm not tripping. These are what he's showing. His latest post was 22 hours ago, a collaboration with him and FC Barcelona. Showing his accolades, right? Showing his accolades. This dude is 18 years at most, or maybe 19 years at most. But he has a team around him telling him, hey, don't worry about those pictures. Nobody cares about stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? He's hanging out. He's doing some sort of sport, some sort of sporting event, not going to the clubs and all that good stuff, right? You see what I'm saying, right? He's not showing you a lifestyle. He's showing you his career. Look at this, right? He's showing you what he's accomplished. All that good stuff. This tells you I'm a football player. I'm not a rap star. I'm a football player. You see what I'm saying, right? This is someone. Now let's go to who am I going to go to? Lewandowski. Let's go to Lewandowski. Let's go to Lewandowski's page, right? Robert Lewandowski. There we go. All right. This was his last picture, his last post 3 days ago in the gym with his family. You see what I'm saying, right? In the gym. It's Christmas. 3 days ago was what? Christmas, right? 3 days ago was Christmas. Christmas with a little family workout. That's what Lewandowski was doing on Christmas Day. He was in the gym with his wife, his daughter, and I guess there's a boy. But his children, pretty much, right? That's what he was doing on Christmas. And then he had a little evening hangouts with his family still. You know, stuff like that. He's not showing you a lifestyle of parties. He doesn't care about that, right? Because he's a footballer. You go to his page, you know he's a footballer, right? I don't know, man. My brothers, I think we can do better. Honestly, I really think we can do better for sure. You know, hey, you can call me a hater, you can call me this, you can call me that, but it's what it is. I think these brothers can do better. They can leave the partying lifestyle, they can leave all that stuff, leave it for 15 years from now. The party is not going to end. The party doesn't stop. The party is always going to be there. But hey, I think I've talked enough about that. And with that, I'm going to go to the next story that I have here. And this is another one. Shout out to my boy, Jeriq. Shout out to my boy, Jeriq. He sold out a ton of, not a ton. He sold out 2 stadiums, which is a lot, by the way. You know, that's why I thought it was a ton. But, you know, he sold out a ton of tickets. You know, he sold out a ton of tickets, right? And shout out to Jeriq, man. This was the Enugu Stadium and the Onitsha Stadium. He sold them out. It was packed. When you hear packed, it was packed. You know what I'm saying, right? Energy was insane. Proud, man. Super proud of this kid, man. Absolutely. Super proud of this kid, man. $1 billion dream. featured in number one spot. I think this would be Apple Music, right? Super proud of this kid for sure. He's just doing his thing, that's for sure. Now, this is an artist, and this is what you expect to see from an artist, right? These are the things you expect to see from an artist. But you don't want to go to a footballer's page and then you see him partying and all that good stuff. I just think it's very unprofessional. But hey, man, shout out to Jeriq. If you haven't checked out his album, check out his album, $1 Billion Dream. Great songs on there. He's been doing his thing for sure. So shout out to that kid for sure. And with that, I'm gonna call it a day for today's stream. And I'm gonna break these videos down into smaller bits and post them on all my platforms on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. So if you come across anyone, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, whatever I can. Let's keep growing this channel, and hopefully in the coming year we're gonna hit 1,000 subscribers, right? But until then, stay safe. It's the new year. The new year is coming, and I know a lot of people would have a lot of dreams or things that they've planned out that they wanted to do in the past, in this year 2024, which is almost coming to an end. But if those things didn't happen, it's okay. As long as you keep working, that's all that matters. As long as you're working, that's all that matters. For me, I thought I was going to hit at least 200 subscribers for this year. It didn't happen. It's okay. As long as I keep working, the next year I'm going to hope that I'm going to hit that 200 and maybe hit 300. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. As long as I'm comfortable, as long as this podcasting doesn't take much out of me, right? I'm doing it on the Sundays at my spare time. It doesn't take anything out of me. As long as I'm still being consistent, keep doing it. Hopefully at some point it's gonna pay out. And I think that's how life is in general. So if there's something you're working on, a project you're working on, and it's just not working out right now, just keep doing it. As long as you have a plan, as long as you have a strategy, keep doing it, and ultimately it's going to work out. But hey, with that, I'm gonna say peace.